Hello, everybody. So today we're going to review for the Chapter 12 test. We are on page 517 of your textbook. Mrs. Miller wants to estimate the width of the steps in front of her house. Select the best benchmark for her to use. Well, so the steps going in like staircases, right? Stair steps. They would be bigger than a fingertip, right? Because we're stepping on them. Thickness of a dime? And the width of a license plate. That's about right. The size of a license plate? How far she can walk in 20 minutes? Oh my goodness, no. The steps aren't going to be that wide. The best answer has got to be the width of a license plate. Franco played computer chess for 3 hours. Leanne played computer chess for 150 minutes. Compare the time spent playing computer chess. Complete the sentence. Blank played for blank longer than blank. Okay, so we're basically comparing 3 hours to 150 minutes. Well, we can change 3 hours to minutes, or we can change minutes to hours. It doesn't matter. We just want to be consistent in our comparison. So I'm going to change 3 hours to minutes. 1 hour is 60 minutes. So 3 hours would be 3 times 60. 3 times 60. 3 zeros is 0. 6 tens times 3 is 18. So 180. All right, so 180 minutes is greater than 150 minutes. So 3 hours is greater. So Franco So then it's played for blank longer. So how much longer did Franco play? Well, 180, take away 150. He played for 30 more minutes. Played 30 minutes longer than Lian. Number 3, select the measures that are equal. Mark all that apply. All right, 6 feet. 6 times 12 is 72 inches. 6 feet is also equal to 3 feet per yard, so it also is equal to 2 yards. Okay. So I'm not seeing anything that would be equivalent there. 15 yards. 15 yards times 3 yards, 3 feet per yard. That's 45. So 15 yards and 45 feet are equivalent. How many inches are in 45 feet? 45 times 12. 540 inches. Okay, so those 3 are in common. Number 4, Jackie made 6 quarts of lemonade. Jackie says she made 3 pints of lemonade. Explain Jackie's error. 1 quart equals 2 pints. Well, it looks like she probably divided. So she shouldn't have divided. She should have multiplied the 6 quarts by 2. So when you go from a larger unit, 6 quarts, to a smaller unit, you multiply the larger unit. So 6 quarts times 2 would be 12. Okay, 518. Number 5. Josh practices gymnastics each day after school. The data shows the lengths of time Josh practiced gymnastics for 2 weeks. So let's see what we've got here. We've got his time practicing. So his raw data is here in hours. So quarter of an hour, 3/4, so on. Okay. And then we have a tally table. And we're going to be keeping track of those times practicing gymnastics. And then we have to create a line plot. Okay. So you'll recall that we started by putting the numbers, the raw data numbers in order. So 1/4 is the smallest, and there are 2 of those. 2/4. 2/4 is the same as 1/2. So 1/2 is next, and there is 1 of those. 3/4 would be next, and I see 1, 2, 3 3/4. And then 1 would be the largest or longest time, and it would be 1, 2, 3, 4 times he practiced for an hour. All right, so then we're going to transfer those numbers into the tally chart. 1/4 hour, 1/2 hour, 3/4 hour, and 1 hour. And we'll put the same number of tally marks for each time it repeats. 1/4, I see it twice. 1/2 was only once. 3/4, there were 3. And 1, there were 4. Okay, so the title of our line plot is Time Practicing Gymnastics. In hours. And our lines will be in sequential order: 1/4, 1/2, 3/4, 1. Each of our X's represent how many times he practiced that amount of time. So 1/4, I need to put 2 X's. For half an hour, there was 1 day he did that. 3/4 hour, 1, 2, 3. And then for 1 hour. Now, one other thing I want to double check before I move on, one, because this is a test and I want to make sure I get it right, is do I have the correct number of data points? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, were there 10 numbers here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, so they do match. All right, so I have enough data points. Now, explain how you use the tally table to label the numbers and plot the X's. All right, so first I put the numbers in order. Then put tally marks to show how many of each data point there was. On the line plot, each X represents number of times All right, so what did I do? I put the data in order from least to greatest. I then put the tallies to show how many of each data point there was. And then on the line plot, each X represents the number of times that amount of time was practiced. What is the difference between the longest time and the shortest time? Well, one is 1 hour, and our shortest time was a quarter hour. Well, a quarter hour, every quarter on a clock is 15 minutes. Okay, so 1 hour, we can change that to 4/4 of an hour. Take away 1/4, it would be 3/4 of an hour difference, or 45 minutes. Select the word to complete the sentence for number 6. Juan brings a water bottle with him to soccer practice. A full water bottle holds. Okay, well, can't be a meter. That's distance. So it's either 10 milliliters or 1 liter. 10 milliliters, that's like 10 drops of liquid. There's got to be a liter. Okay, number 7. Write the symbol that compares the weights correctly. 120 ounces compared to 8 pounds. Well, let's change 8 pounds to ounces. There are 16 ounces in a pound. So 8 pounds is 128 ounces. Okay, well, that's equal. 3 tons would be 3 times 2,000. Well, that's 6,000. So 8,000 pounds is more than 3 tons. Greater than. Number 8. Dwayne bought 5 yards of wrapping paper. How many inches of wrapping paper did he buy? We know that 1 yard is 3 feet, and 3 times 12 is 36. So every yard has 36 inches. So 5 yards would be 5 times 36. 5 times 36. 6 times 5 is 30. 5 sets of 3 tens is 15 tens, plus 3 regrouped tens is 18. So 5 yards is 180 inches. All right, number 9. A sack of potatoes weighs 14 pounds 9 ounces. After Wendy makes potato salad for a picnic, that sack weighs 9 pounds 14 ounces. What is the weight of the potatoes Wendy used for the potato salad? Write the numbers to show the correct subtraction. So you notice here we have our pounds and our ounces. And recall that we first subtract our smaller units. But I can't take 14 from 9. So I need to change the 14 to 13 pounds. And I need to give 16 ounces. I need to trade 1 pound for 16 ounces and give that to the 9 ounces. 16 plus 9 is 25. So 25 ounces, take away 14 ounces. Okay, I can do that now, right? That's 11. 5 take away 4 is 1. 2 take away 110 is 110. 13 pounds take away 9 pounds, 4 pounds. Write the numbers to show the correct subtraction. So we used 4, we used 11, we used 13, and we used 25. Number 10. Sabita made this table to relate 2 customary units of liquid volume. List the number pairs for the table. Then describe the relationship between the numbers in each pair. Okay, so that we see 1 and 2, 2 and 4, 3 and 6, 4 and 8, 5 and 10. All right, so liquid volume. Well, I'm going to go 1 quart is 2 pints. Quarts and pints. Label the columns of the table. Explain your, then describe the relationship. Sorry. Describe the relationship. The second number is 2 times as great as the first number. 1 times 2 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times 2 is 4. Label the columns of the table. Explain your answer. There are 2 pints in every quart. Okay, number 11. The table shows the distances some students swam in miles. Complete the line plot to show the data. Okay, so we're still going to put these in number order. 1/8 is the smallest, and I see 2 1/8, then 2/8, 1, 2, 2, 2/8, 3/8, 1, 2, 3, 4 3/8, 4/8, 1, 2, 3, 3 4/8, and I only have one left, and that's 5/8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, yes, 12 numbers. And so our smallest is 1/8, followed by 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8 of a mile. So how many 1/8 are there? There are 2. So 2 of the students swam 1/8 mile. 2 students swam 2/8 mile. 4 students swam 3/8 mile. 3 students swam 4/8 of a mile, and 1 student swam 1 mile, 5/8 of a mile. What is the difference between the longest distance, 5/8, and the shortest distance? 5/8 take away 1/8 is 4/8 mile. We would also say, or 1/2 mile. 4/8 or 1/2. An elephant living in a wildlife park weighs 4 tons. How many pounds does the elephant weigh? Weighs a lot. Okay, so 1 ton is 2,000 pounds. So 4 tons would just be 4 times 2,000. So 8,000 pounds. 13. Kasia or Katia bought 2 melons. She says the difference in mass between the melons is 5,000 grams. Which 2 melons did Katia buy? Which 2 melons? Okay, so 8 kilograms would be 8 times 1,000. So it would be 8,000 grams. 5 kilograms would be 5 times 1,000. So that would be 5,000 grams. 3 kilograms would be 3 times 1,000, or 3,000 grams. 2 kilograms would be 2 times 1,000, so 2,000 grams. And the Crenshaw melon, 1 kilogram would be 1 times 1,000, or 1,000 grams. Okay, so now we need to find 2 of them that has a difference of 5,000. 8,000 take away 5,000 is 3,000. 8,000 take away 3,000 is 5,000. So there's no other way. One of the easiest ways here is just to add 5,000 to each of the numbers. So 1 plus 5,000 is 6,000. There isn't a 6,000. So it's not, one of the melons isn't this. 2 times 5,000 is 7,000. There isn't a 7,000. 3,000 plus 5,000, 8,000. So it's going to be these two. 5,000 plus 5,000 is 10,000. That's not a choice. Okay, so it's the watermelon and the honeydew. Okay. 14. Write the equivalent measurements in each column. All right, 3,000 millimeters. That is also equal to 3 meters. So I can put that right here. The abbreviation for millimeters is mm. 35 hundredths of a meter. And what unit takes 100 to equal a meter? That's a centimeter. So 35 hundredths of a meter. 300 1,000ths of a meter. Which unit takes 1,000 in order to equal a meter? A millimeter. So 300 over 1,000 meters. All right, 300 centimeters. Well, there's 100 centimeters in every meter. So I have 3 sets here. So 300 centimeters is equal to 3 meters. Okay. 300 thousandths of a meter. 300 thousandths of a meter. Right here. 350 millimeters. There's 10 millimeters in every centimeter. So if I was trying to figure out how many millimeters are in 35 centimeters, I'd go 35 times 10, which would be 350. So 350 millimeters is the same as 35 centimeters. 30 centimeters. 30 centimeters times 10 millimeters is 300 millimeters. So 30 centimeters is the same as 300 millimeters. 35 hundredths of a meter. Well, there's only one 35 here. So 0.35. And 30 decimeters. Well, there's 10 centimeters in every decimeter. So 300 centimeters? Nope. 300 centimeters equals 3 meters. So remember, if you have 10 decimeters, you have 1 meter. 1 meter equals 10 decimeters. 30 divided by 10 equals 3. So 30 decimeters is the same as 3 meters. Page 521, number 15. Cheryl is making a mixed fruit drink for a party. She mixes 7 pints each of apple juice and cranberry juice. How many fluid ounces of mixed fruit drink does Cheryl make? Okay, so first it's 7 times 2, which would be 14 pints total. Okay, so she has two different types of juice. She's mixing those together to get 14 pints. Every pint has 32 fluid ounces. So 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. We're now going to multiply 32 by 10, which is 320. 448 fluid ounces. Double check, make sure I did this right. Confirm that, please. What do we got here? 7 pints. Every pint has, let's see, 1 pint equals 2 cups. 2 cups equals 2 times 8, 16. Oh no, I've got twice as much. I put too much, guys. Yeah, I confused myself. All right, so 7 pints is 2 cups. So if there's 14 pints total, there's going to be 16 ounces in every pint, not 32. So 224 fluid ounces, not 32 fluid ounces. I was thinking quarts. There are 32 fluid ounces in every quart, okay, because there's 2 pints in a quart. Okay, so forgive me for that mistake. So let me back up and just make sure we understand this problem. Cheryl's making a mixed fruit drink for a party. She mixes 7 pints each of apple juice and cranberry juice. How many fluid ounces of mixed fruit drink does Cheryl make? Okay, so 7 pints, 2 different types of juice, 14 pints. A pint has 2 cups total. Every cup has 8 fluid ounces. So 2 times 8 would be 16 fluid ounces in every pint. So then 14 times 16, and that gives us 224. Okay. All right, 16. Hamid's soccer games will start at 11 a.m., but the players must arrive at the field 3/4 of an hour early to warm up. The game must end by 1:15 p.m. Part A. Hamid says he has to be at the field at 9:45 a.m. Is Hamid correct? Explain your answer. Okay, so the game has to start at 11. He has to be there 3/4 of an hour early. The game must end. We don't really care about the game right now. Okay. Okay, so he says he has to be there at 9:45. Three quarters, 3/4 of an hour equals 45 minutes. Because remember, there's 15 minutes in every quarter hour. So 15 times 3 is 45. All right, so 11 o'clock plus 45 minutes, that puts us at 11:40. Oh no, we have to go backwards, right? The game has to start at 11. So that's his end time. He's got to be there 45 minutes early. So let's go back by 15s. If I back up 15 minutes from 11, that's 10:45. If I jump back another 15 minutes, I'm at 10:30. If If I go back another 15 minutes, I'd be at 10:15. So no, he's not right. If you subtract 45 minutes from 11 o'clock, from 11 a.m., you would be at 10:15 a.m., not 9:45. Part B. The park closes at 6:30 p.m. There's a 15-minute break between each game played at the park, and each game takes the same amount of time as Hamid's soccer game. How many more games can be played before the park closes? Explain your answer. All right, so his game starts at 11. It has to be over by 1:15. So they've given us a beginning time and an end time, and we have to figure out how much time that is per game. So let's just jump an hour, 11 to 12, and then we can jump another hour from 12 to 1, and then we're going to jump 15 minutes. So every game is 2 hours and 15 minutes. All right, so there's a 15-minute break between each game. All right, so if Hamid's game ends at 1:15, plus a 15-minute break, the next game would start at 1:30. 1:30 p.m. plus 2 hours and 15 minutes. That would be 30 and 15 is 45. 30 and 15 is 45. We're at 1 o'clock. We're going to add 2 more hours, so we'd be at 3:45 plus the 15-minute break would be 4 o'clock. All right. 4 p.m. plus 2 hours and 15 minutes. That would put them at 6:15 p.m. Well, you can't put another game, right? Because it's 6:30. It's park's closing. So 3 games. Not 3 games. The next game started at 1:30 and then 4 p.m. Okay. The 1:30 was the 15-minute break at the end of Hamid's game. So it wants to know how many more games after Hamid's game. So if the next game starts at 1:30, it will end at 3:45. Add a 15-minute break. The next game will start at 4. So 4 plus the 2 hours and 15 minutes for the game, that game will end at 6:15. So 2 more games. 17. Tell yes or no to tell whether the measurements are equivalent. 7,000 grams, 7 kilograms. 7 kilograms is 7 times 1,000 grams. So that is 7,000 grams. Yes. 200 milliliters and 2 liters. No, that's not going to be right because 1 liter has 1,000 milliliters. So there's no way that can be right. 6 grams, 1,000 kilograms. No way. Every kilogram has 1,000 grams. So that's no. 5 liters, 5,000 milliliters. Every liter has 1,000 milliliters. So 5 times 1,000 is 5,000. Yes. 2 milliliters and 2,000 liters. Every liter has 1,000 milliliters. No. Every liter has 2,000 milliliters. This is backwards. If you said 2 liters and 2,000 milliliters, they would be equal. All right, 18. Draw lines to match equivalent time intervals. A half hour, that's 30 minutes. What's 30 minutes in seconds? 30 times 60, right? Every minute has 60 seconds, so 30 times 60. We know 3 times 6 is 18, 2 zeros. Okay, so half an hour is 1,800 seconds. 2 hours. Well, 2 times 60 is 120 minutes. Okay, I don't see 120 minutes. All right, what's 120 times 60? Okay, so I'm taking the number of minutes in 2 hours and multiplying by the number of seconds in every minute. So 120 minutes. 6 times 12 is 72, 7,200. Okay, so 2 hours is 7,200 seconds. 3 hours. 3 hours times 60 is 180 is 180 minutes. 8 hours. 8 times 60, 60 minutes in an hour. I only have minutes and days left, so 8 times 60, 480. Yep. Well, we got one choice left, 72 hours. What's 3 days? 24 hours in a day for 3 days, 72 hours. 19. Anya arrives at the library on Saturday morning at 11:10 a.m. She left the library an hour and 20 minutes later. Draw a timeline to show the end time. All right, so she starts at 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 50. Yeah. So 11, 10, and she's going to work an hour and 20 minutes. So let's go from 11:10 to 12:10. That's 1 hour. Now let's jump in groups of 5 minutes to get to 20 more minutes. 5, 10, 15, 20. So 12:10, 12:15, 12:20, 12:25, 12:30. She left the library at 12:30 p.m. Number 20. The tables show patterns for some units of measurements. Write the correct labels in each table. All right, so what has a relationship of 1 to 3? There's 3 feet in a yard, right? And I do see those choices. So I'm going to say 1 yard equals 3 feet. What has a relationship of 1 to 7? Days in a week, right? Okay, so there are 7 days in a week. All right, what has a relationship of 1 to 4? Well, I'd say gallons and quarts, and I see quarts, but I don't see gallons. So it's not gallons and quarts. It's definitely not inches. So let's get rid of that. Every pint has 2 cups. Every quart has 2 pints, which would be 4 cups. So that's every quart has 4 cups. Quarts, cups. An Olympic swimming pool is 25 meters wide. How many decimeters wide is an Olympic swimming pool? Okay, so there's 10 decimeters in every meter. So 25 meters, 1 meter is 10 decimeters. So 25 meters would be 25 times 10. 25 times 10 is 250. So 250 decimeters wide. And 22. Frankie is practicing for a 5-kilometer race. His normal time is 31 minutes, 21 seconds. Yesterday, it took him only 29 minutes and 38 seconds. How much faster was Frankie yesterday than his normal time? Okay, so we're going to use 31 minutes, 21 seconds, and 29 minutes, 38 seconds. How much faster? So his normal time is 31 minutes, 21 seconds, and we're going to subtract his time yesterday to find out how much faster he went. Well, I can't take 38 seconds from 21 seconds, but I can trade one of the minutes in 31 minutes for 60 seconds. So I'm going to cross out the 31 minutes and make it 30 minutes, and I'm going to give 60 seconds to the 21 seconds. Okay, so I went from 21 to 81 because I regrouped 1 minute as 60 seconds. 60 plus 21 is 81. Okay, now we can subtract. I can't take 8 from 1, but I can regroup the 10s. 11 take away 8 is 3. 7 take away 3 is 4. So 43 seconds. And 30 take away 29, that's just 1 minute. So he was 1 minute, 43 seconds faster. All right, that is it for chapter 12. To do well on this chapter, you're going to have to practice and memorize the units of measurement. So make flashcards if you need to, have somebody practice with you, but you need to know how many cups are in a quart, or how many pints are in a quart, how many quarts are in a gallon, how many ounces are in a cup, so on. Okay, you need to know all those different measurements. Okay, so that's it for chapter 12. Our next unit of study will be perimeter and area. So until then, may the numbers always be in your favor.